Just got the back row. As you can see from the title, breaking news. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. Finally, it is over. Oh my God, it's been a traumatic period. We have been absolutely battered by everybody in the last couple of games. But nevertheless, Ole has finally been sacked. It's confirmed. None of this clickbait shit. It is confirmed. Fabrizio's tweeted it. Simon Stone has tweeted it. And Samuel Lockers has tweeted it. No clickbait, just facts. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. Follow me on Twitter for the updates. Oh God, I'm absolutely buzzing. Oh God, I'm absolutely overjoyed. Get your comments in. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Twitter, go to my Twitter handle right here. You can call in. Have your say. I want to hear from you lovely people. How we're feeling Manchester United fans. I want to try and get as many Man United fans on as we possibly can. Oh, people, come on. Finally, man. Oh, God, finally. Let's get some comments in. Yes, Sammy, my guy. He's been through me through thick and thin. I don't know what Fletcher, apparently Fletcher is getting an interim role, but pardon me. I'm so happy. Same. Come on. Absolutely buzzing. Can't believe it. Neither can I. Osman, I can't believe it. Conrad, my G in the building. Make United French. What does that mean? But listen, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. Osman, all my friends have been telling me to trust the process. But guess what, Conrad? The process is finally over. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. What is the date today? Is it the 20th of November? An absolutely glorious day for Manchester United fans who have been Ole out for a long time. Make it be known. I am not celebrating the failures of the manager. I'm celebrating the fact that he's finally been sacked. I'm absolutely overjoyed that he has been relieved of his duties. And for me personally, that is the only thing that matters. Yeah, so fucking hell, look. At the end of the day, people might get onto me, or I've just tweeted that it's been sacked alongside, obviously, older people. Not that it's my information, but either way, I tweeted it out. I said I'm happy, I'm buzzing. How are we feeling, Manchester United fans? Let me know in this chat. Let me know, how are you feeling? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has just been sacked from Manchester United off the back of that absolutely pathetic result. 4-1 loss to Watford today was the final nail in the coffin. And Van der Beek kisses goodbye to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His last game, Van der Beek poetically scores the final goal in Ole's tenure. And he just kisses. Goodbye, Ole. Goodbye. It had to be Van der Beek. It had to be, of all people, it had to be Van der Beek to score that goal. So beautiful. And look, for me personally, right, I know people are going to be negative already and say, oh, Fletcher's got an interim job. Look, at the end of the day, I couldn't give two shits to get the job off the back of Ole in terms of the interim part. Yes, Fletcher's going to be an absolute disaster. I mean, Fletcher might do the same mistakes, but I'm just happy he's gone. I'm happy he's gone. Get your fucking comments in, people. How are we feeling? Call in. If you want to call in and have your say live on the stream, you can do that on Usman Talks Tonight on Twitter. The link is there for you lovely people to call in. How are we feeling? I'm seeing a lot of new faces in the chat. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5k. I appreciate any support. We upload daily content, mainly regarding Manchester United Football Club. But listen, this is a good day for me personally, as a fan who's wanted Man United out for a long time. I'm just gonna be overjoyed with the news. We have got our first Man United fan in the building. I know, Nippon, you are waiting very patiently, so I'm going to get you in first just to give you quick thoughts. Of course, I want to hear from the Man United fan. Nippon, of course, is a Chelsea fan, but he's a very loyal supporter of the channel, so I've got to get you on firstly. So, Nippon, I'm going to get you on firstly. Let me know your thoughts as a rival fan. Our next game is, of course, Chelsea, so I'm assuming you're somewhat devastated. How are you feeling, my guy?
Look. Obviously, as a rival fan, but obviously banter aside, you will still have Darren Fletcher for the Chelsea game.
Yeah.
But in terms of sacking him, I think it was long overdue, and I think that this, like you said in the intro, was just the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, firstly, like you said there, with the Fletcher thing, I get that. I'm not going to sit here and say Fletcher's a better manager than Ollie, because he's probably not. I'm not going to sit here also and say, like, look, Fletcher's going to come in and actually do anything. I don't really care, to be honest, regarding the Fletcher thing. Obviously, people will say, oh, why not just give Ollie a chance? The reason I don't care is because if Ollie was to miraculously get a result against Chelsea, it just completely continues the cycle of keep Ollie at the wheel. Fletcher comes in, he's going to be here for 2 days, and he's going to be out. He's going to be gone. He's going to be out the window. But what's your immediate reaction? Are you somewhat surprised? Are you disappointed? Because obviously you are a rival fan.
Look, I am surprised. I honestly thought he would be here till the end of the season. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, there's a part of me thinking that as well, man. But yeah, look, for me personally, Nippon, obviously I'm overjoyed. Just before we go, obviously, just to let the people know in the chat, me and Nippon are going to do a preview for that game, obviously on your channel. If you want to just let the people know, because like I said, quite a lot of my United fans, as you can imagine, trying to get on. Just let the people know where they can find that. Obviously, shout your socials out. Obviously, hopefully we can do that preview this week as well. So just let the people know, Nippon, my brother.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at the Nippon Sharma. My second, you can find me on YouTube, which is my name right there, and my second channel, the British Lifestyle Blogger, where I do non-football related stuff. You can also find me on Instagram at Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's, and then you can also find me on Sharma Talks Lifestyle on Twitch, and my second Instagram is Nippon Reviews Cuisines.
All right, okay, beautiful. Like you said, go on, plus.
And I wanted to say something. Congratulations on the win against Bangladesh, by the way.
Okay,
my grandmother's from Multan, so I had to back you guys in that game.
I appreciate that. Nippon, listen, you're absolute legend. Thank you for always being the first caller and always supporting the channel. Like I said, we are going to do a preview, myself and Nippon, in this week as well with the Chelsea game. Nippon, I will speak to you very soon. Thank you.
I'll be joined by one other Chelsea fan, and Maisie from Devils United. I don't know if you know her or not.
Yeah, I'm aware of her. Okay. But listen, Nippon, I'm going to get all the United fans on because there's about 4 or 5 ways. So thank you.
Yeah, see you in another call-in show, man.
Yeah, 100%, man. Thank you, my brother. God bless, my guy.
See you.
One absolute legend. Listen, everyone in the chat right now, firstly, slap a like, subscribe if you're new. I know I've said it numerous times, but we do upload a lot of content. Very passionate fan channel. In general, really high energy. But as you can imagine, it's a different circumstance. You know, for me personally, I'm really happy with the news. There's quite a few of you in the chat. So what I will say is, if you are in the chat and you want to have your say, you're not confident showing your face, whatever it may be, you don't have to, okay? I just want to hear from as many of the fans as we possibly can, i.e. obviously, just come and have your say, basically, regarding the matter. So I'm going to try and get through as many of you as I possibly can. So obviously, do bear with me. We have got the homie Chris waiting in the wings. Obviously, me and Chris have gone back and forth many times on this subject, so I'm very intrigued to hear what his thoughts on the news. So Chris, breaking news again, no clickbait, as I said earlier. Obviously, I didn't want to be that guy because of course that would be very disrespectful if I was to come on and say obviously he's been sat there and he's not. But it is pretty much official. All the high-end journalists have confirmed it somewhat. I don't know if it's official in terms of, you know, the club posted anything because I haven't checked. But what's your initial reaction to the news?
Yeah, well, I think Fabrizio Romano has just literally tweeted saying that it's done, but there's no official club statement. That will be tomorrow, I think, or probably Monday. My reaction is that, on the one hand, it's sad because let's not forget who he is. But on the other hand, it absolutely had to be done. Like, you know me, I was back Ollie till the end of last season because I thought that there was progression, and for me, I think he deserved this season. I think he's shown this season clearly is not only is he not the right person, it's been an absolute disaster. How he survived after Liverpool, I'll never know. I was saying on my channel after the Liverpool game, it's probably because they're waiting for the international break. That's what I was thinking. And then we got to the Man City game, and obviously we know what happened there. And I was like, okay, that's done now. Then that it's got to be finished. So I don't really understand why you would leave it with a 2-week international break with a chance to lose the manager, to bring in somebody new, give them maybe 5-6 days training ahead of the Watford game, and then go, no, we're going to give them a chance. And then you do the Watford game, and then you then decide it's too late. Like, yeah, it was unacceptable today. It was poor, probably the worst I've seen Man United. But so is it at Liverpool, and so is it at City. So if they're acceptable, then do you see what I'm saying? But I don't like all the abuse Ollie's getting on a personal level, because I think that's a bit too much. But yeah, it hasn't been good enough, has it, to answer your question, Lisbon?
Yeah, no, I hear what you said. Just quickly, regarding Jerry. Jerry, my brother, I've just taken you off for a second, because obviously it was lagging a bit, so I think I'll just give you a chance to obviously sort that out. Don't worry, I can see you. I will bring you on very shortly, obviously, like Chris obviously. So to speak, I'll bring you on. Just quickly, I'm just going to nip this in the bud straight away, because there seems, I don't know why I put that comment up. There seems to be somewhat of a myth that I am celebrating his failure, like on Twitter. Like, I don't know why that's even in question. Why the hell would I ever celebrate the failure of a Manchester United manager? That's not what I'm doing. And as you kind of just alluded to there, there's a lot of abuse. And either way, look, if someone wants to sit there and tweet, Ali, I wish you all the best and I thank you for your time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, what there is something wrong with that, people giving him abuse, like you said, he does not deserve any abuse. He's a human being first and foremost. It's not worked out for him. For me, you know my thoughts on Oli. We don't need to go into that. But I would never abuse him. Like I just don't get that. And that is the issue with Twitter in general. This whole cancel culture, all that nonsense, that needs to not happen. Of course, Ollie's still a legend at the football club. For me personally, everyone's entitled to their own personal opinion. You know, I loved him growing up as a player, and I always will do. But his time was up, Chris. His time was up. Today was nothing short of embarrassing. I mean, there's a lot to discuss in terms of, the players and all their contributions, etc., without a shadow of a doubt. But how are you feeling in terms of what you just said there, which is what my initial thought is? Why have we just spent 2 weeks on an international break, not sacking him, giving him the Watford game, and then sacking him after? Like, how do you feel regarding that, Mike? Because for me, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Because like,
my feeling is, and it is only a feeling. I'm not like in the know in it at all. But my feeling is that they sent him on holiday for a week. They sent the players on holiday for a week with a view to replace him. That's the impression that I got. For whatever reason, obviously they haven't been able to bring in Rodgers, Zidane, or whoever it is that they wanted to replace him with. So my feeling is that when he came back from holiday, that they then went, all right, we can't get the man we want. Let's get through to the end of the season. Let's qualify for the Champions League, and then we'll start again in the summer. That's the impression I got from everything that I was reading.
Yeah.
Obviously, what they didn't expect was us to come back even worse. With them break, with them mentally refreshed, with some training sessions, with a change of direction. And then, to me as well, I think the players, look, Ollie's not good enough, and I'm not defending him at all. But today, the players let him down as well. Let's get it right. I heard what Jamie Carragher said after the game, which I think was was it Jamie? Yeah, which was a brilliant point. Even if you had no manager, the quality on the pitch, that team doesn't lose 4-1 at Vicarage Road. If it gives everything, it doesn't lose 4-1 at Vicarage Road. Yeah. So let's get it right. They didn't do their jobs either, and they deserve as much.
Would you say the players down tools then, Chris? Because I feel like they did.
I would say so, and I don't want to sort of tarnish everybody with the same brush, because it doesn't mean all 11 of them did. It only takes 5 people to not be at it, to be a poor team. But yeah, 100%. No way on earth were Watford that good, or
they're shocking, Chris. They're shocking. Honestly, I watched them against Arsenal. They're a shocking team, and like we made them look like prime Barca the way they were pressing and passing us off the park. It was. Yeah, it was.
You had Saar missed the 1-on-1. He missed the penalty twice. Like you could be looking at a 6-7-1 tonight, today, and yeah, I do. I feel like the players expected him to get sacked over the international break as well, and they've almost come back disappointed. And Donny van der Beek, by the way, is that was the final nail in the coffin. Like he was amazing.
I don't know if you. Well, obviously, you probably didn't see the start of the show. I was basically Like that was Van de Beek's celebration, wasn't it? So I just want to quickly answer this question here because obviously this is a family friend of mine, firstly, but secondly, if you're just joining the stream, no, this is not clickbait. That's not what we do on this channel. It is pretty much official. Fabrizio Romano's tweeted it. Samuel Lockhurst, which was the one for me that definitely confirmed it was factual because he's very close to the club. And Sam Stonov all tweeted Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked in the last couple of hours. Obviously, we don't know when it was official. Jerry, I can't see you backstage. Don't worry, my brother. Obviously, we'll get you on very shortly. Just want to quickly read this comment out. Glad he has been sacked, but the guy is still a club legend for what he achieved as a player with us, and that is remembered more than for his spell as a player than as a manager. I mean, for me personally, that is important. Like, I think it's important that we act with a bit of dignity and a bit of respect as well. I think that's something that we can potentially get a bit go overboard because obviously there's a lot of emotion involved with the current situation, with the way we've been humiliated week in, week out. But my question to you before I get Jerry in, obviously anyone else that wants to call in, is do you have any trust in the board to appoint the right person? And for you, who is that person? Because there's a lot of speculation saying Fletcher is going to be interim, which is absolutely mind-boggling to say the least. But do you have any faith in the board, so to speak?
Well, I think Fletcher's the natural interim, if by interim we mean a week or two until we find the manager.
Yeah.
If we're talking till the end of the season, then we need to go and get somebody with some sort of pedigree. But I imagine he'll get the job for a few days, maybe a little bit like Ryan Giggs did. I think it was about 3 weeks he got, didn't he, after David Moyes was sacked or so.
Yeah.
Something like that I can see happening. Zidane, look, he doesn't speak English. That could be an issue. And he wants the France job after the World Cup. Yeah. So is he going to take the time to learn the language, integrate himself into the culture, work on an 18-month contract and then go off and manage France at the end of that? Yeah. I'm not really convinced on that, if that is true, you know, what they're saying. So Brendan Rodgers showed, all right, Leicester haven't got the players that Chelsea have got, but it was Ollie ball, wasn't it? Really? Is it really that dissimilar? Knock it over the top to Jamie Vardy and we'll be knocking it over the top to five-star skill Marcus Rashford instead. Like, I'm not feeling that either. So, you know, my thoughts, I've always said Ten Hag. Maybe there's opportunity there to get somebody in like Zidane till the end of the season, even, or because obviously he wants the France job after the World Cup, or you know, whoever else may be out there. But Ten Hag, for me, we need to get into him till the end of the season because nobody decent is gonna be available right now, except Zidane. But I don't think he wants it.
Yeah, no, I think that's my personal opinion. I do agree with pretty much everything you just said. That I would go interim and Ten Hag if I had the choice. But listen, Chris, I'm going to love you and leave you there. I just want to say thank you for calling in. Obviously, we'll have to get you on a podcast and we'll discuss it in a lot more detail. Obviously, myself, you and Alice, hopefully. Just before we go, just let the people know where they can find you before I get my next caller on. Where can the people find you, Chris?
Check out my YouTube channel, The Football Agenda. I just done a video on this myself as well. It's about 8-9 minutes long only. Little quick chat. So come and see my views on that when you finished here. And I'm on Twitter as well at The Football Agenda. Little underscore beforehand.
Yes. Thank you very much, Chris, as always, for getting your thoughts in. Obviously, he's basically a regular on the channel when he's available. But hopefully, we will get a podcast very soon. So make sure you support Chris as well. Fantastic content over there. Like he said, he's done a show with a similar topic. If you want to hear more of his thoughts on the matter, Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure, my guy. And I'll speak to you very soon.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, okay, keep getting your comments in. Obviously, keep calling in. I'm going to stay on until the man's want to go off. Look, obviously, I understand some people probably, no, I don't even give a shit. I'm just going to be myself. I'm always myself on this channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I always keep it real. I always keep it authentic to myself. And at the end of the day, I'm happy. I'm relieved. I'm sick to death of watching my team play that level of football, what we saw today. It's embarrassing. It's simply that it's just embarrassing. Regarding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself, of course, we have to be respectful. I don't want to see people abusing him and anything along those lines because that is not acceptable as well. So I'm not condoning any of that nonsense. I'm not celebrating his failures. I'm celebrating the fact that he's finally gone and we can actually potentially get a new manager. But anyways, let's get a couple of your comments in. Bring in Keano. I mean, Keane would kill some of these players. It would be quite interesting to see. This is the madness. Ollie deserves better. We all need to protest for this against the decision. I'm assuming PC Matt does not support Manchester United because there's no way in God's given earth that a Manchester United fan is saying that in the chat. But nevertheless, I'm going to get Jeremiah on first, Jerry, and then I will get you on because Jeremiah wasn't here prior. So obviously, shout out to all the callers so far. If you are in the chat and if you want to call in, like I've already said, go to Usman Talks United, which is my Twitter handle. I think it's right here. And you can call in. It's completely free, obviously, but in case you're not aware, it's completely free. If you're not confident showing your face, that is not an issue because, look, I want to get everyone's thoughts, and that's what the channel is all about. You guys, the viewers, the listeners. Eddie, you are in the chat, so please call in, my brother. Shahid, anyone else who wants to call in, come have your say. So Fletcher, definitely interim. How long till a proper manager comes? Can't trust the Glazers. I mean, Eddie, we will discuss that on another show in more detail. But yeah, there are questions that need to be asked. But let's get Jeremiah in. Hopefully his connection is a bit better than it was prior. But Jeremiah, my brother, first and foremost, good to see you, man. How are you doing, my guy?
Yeah, I'm okay, man. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, not like now, which is brilliant. Yeah, I'm okay. Obviously, I'm a lot better now than I was initially after the game, given the news regarding Ali, man. But you talk to me. You tell me what's on your mind. What are your thoughts?
You know me, like, no, I can hold my head up, say I was one of the Oli people, but I was Oli in because I was seeing, because me, like, I backed Oli because I liked his recruitment, especially with one myself, all the players I brought in. But this was season after the League final. I said to every single United fan that this was season, yeah, he was meant to go for a title or Champions League because he got 3 world-class players, Sancho and Ronaldo. Yes, a big season. But after that Liverpool game, we got slapped 5-0. Sorry for remind you. I was like, nah, Oli, I love you, but time was up. Literally, time is up, yeah. And what annoyed me the most, that when those Glazers tried to keep him after a game, because like if I was a board, I would have said, Oli, thank you, but time to go. And then they kept him in the internal break. Like our club is a mess. Like we sacked him on a day that we lost. Today we sacked him because our club is a mess here. We should have sacked him on the international break, where another match can come in here and see the squad properly and fix and see what it does. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not of the gas because I can see right now. I'm looking at Twitter and saying everyone's celebrating, saying to go during the beer, all is gone. But I'm not celebrating yet because like people saying like, look, man, we're back. Like everyone said that man, we're back when Joey got sacked, and I was one of them. I'm like, nah, I'm not celebrating because yes, I'm happy Ole is gone. Yes, because he should be gone. But the thing is, the reason I'm not celebrating because one, Woodward, like after that protest, of the Super League, everyone said, Ed Wood said that he was going to resign. And what's going to happen? What happens now? He's going to be here until the whole season, which annoys me more. And plus, the Glazer and Joe Glazer is to make a decision. That's why I'm not overly gassed. And plus, the question is, now that Ole is gone, who's going to come? Which man going to bring in now? Do we trust these guys to bring another manager in now? Because it's the 4th manager they failed now. The 4th manager. I'm not too happy. Give me to understand that. So I find myself divided.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying in terms of obviously having reservations regarding them appointing the right person. I don't think many Man United fans would disagree with that sentiment because, like, it's quite evident that they clearly got a really poor track record of appointing the right person at the right time. And as you kind of mentioned, the fact that they waited the 2-week international break and then they sack him now, like they had literally 14 days to sack him. I mean, the day after Man City or even on the day of the Man City L, he should have got sacked then. I mean, the fact that he's had all this time, they gave him a week away. They gave him a week off as well when he's meant to be going to rectify the situation, and he comes back and it delivers out. So that is obviously a massive concern for me personally. But in terms of who you would want to get, obviously you've quite clearly vocalized your concerns. Is there anyone that you want to get? A lot of, I mean, it seems almost factual that Fletcher's got the interim role. But in terms of long term, who'd you want to come in?
You know me, like, first I want to say, remember, and Jeremiah told you that, you know me, I didn't get to see Man in really in my lifetime, because I'm more than 19, But the thing is, this board has made us soft like 9 years, so the manager I want to bring in, is Zidane, because like the players that we have, going with Ronaldo, Varane, because he's managed them before, and plus either Zidane or Ten Hag. Either them two. Yeah, either them two. But the thing is about me, I need to see Man United win a title. But the thing is, on this board, do I trust them being another manager? No, because I don't want to be fifth one. Because I don't want them to end up like Jose, with Jose and LVG. I can't let that happen again. That's why I think Zidane, but do I trust the board to bring them in? No. So I still want those guys gone. That's why I'm still concerned. But with the squad we have, we should make us win some this season, maybe a Champions League or FA Cup. For me personally.
Yeah, no, listen, I completely agree with you, my guy, in terms of the squad and obviously, where we should be with the players that we got at disposal. So hopefully we can bring someone in to really utilize and get the best out of the squad. That's the most important thing for me. But listen, Jerry, before I let you go, my brother,
one more thing.
Find you. I know you're not on Twitter anymore. You put a tweet out not so long ago saying
one more thing, yeah.
Yeah, go on, sir.
Just one more thing, yeah. Ollie, one thing, Ollie. You need to thank Ollie for everything he's done for us. The reboot, finally get us a right winger, bringing Ronaldo back in, making Rashford one of the best left wingers in the world, and Luke Shaw one of the best left backs in the world. People actually give him credit for that, especially bringing a player like Bruno Fernandes. He's been absolute revelation for us. Now we just need a manager that can just get us to a line, get us start winning things now. Because I don't want it to be next 5 years without a trophy. That's what I need to say. People need to spell Ollie. And don't forget, Ollie will always be in the Man United legend. Always legend. That's what I'm going to say. Last point.
Fair enough, bro. I listen, respect your opinion as always, my guy. Thank you for calling. Obviously, get yourself in the comments. If not, make sure you follow him on his socials. It will be down below. Jerry, my guy. I appreciate you coming through, man. God bless, brother. Yes. Right. Okay, so keep getting your thoughts in the comment section. Obviously, if you are still joining us and you're like, I don't agree with what Usman's saying, I don't agree with what Jerry's saying, that's completely fine. That is football opinions. You're not going to agree with everything that I say, which is fine. I'm not sitting here saying I'm preaching the gospel. But what I will say is, if you don't agree with anything that has been said, Usman Talks United, right there. You can follow me if you wish to do so as well. But you can also call in. As I've already said, I'm sure most of you will be aware, but it's completely free to call in. Have you say, you don't have to show your beautiful face. If you don't feel confident doing that, or if you're just chilling in bed, whatnot, because it's a bit late, isn't it? You can just do audio, which is what Jerry, I believe, is doing. Jerry, just drop me a message on the private chat to let me know you're there, because I haven't got a clue if you are there. Just whilst I'm waiting for that message from Jerry, hopefully you can hear me. I just want to get some of your guys' thoughts in. I want to get your comments in. Like I said, a very interactive channel, as always. That is the most important part of this channel. So first things first, shout out to Edward. I'm liking the in-depth conversation that you're bringing to the channel. The players have to shoulder the blame. I completely agree. As I said above, Ronaldo said down the tunnel, no respect to the fans who travel to watch another shit performance. Yeah, that's definitely a fair point. Best news ever. Let him go, Godwin. So a bit of a contrast in opinions there. But listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like I said, if you want to have your say, you're more than welcome to do so. Donny scoring the final goal of Ollie's Man United career is some high-level, insane, cosmic script you only see in movies. Listen, Fadzili, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but listen, bro, I said this right at the start of the show. That was Van der Beek's final party with Ole Gunnar Solksjaer. Poetic, and not only did he score the goal, but he was quite comfortably the best player on the pitch from a Man United perspective. Absolute masterful midfield performance from Van der Beek. Hopefully the new manager, whoever that may be, will come and give him the opportunities. But listen, I'm going to keep getting you beautiful people in. Drop a like. Yeah, Jerry's here. Fantastic. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Calling now. Actually, I'm a little surprised still that sacking tonight. Brilliant, Eddie. That's what we want to hear. Going to get Jerry on first because he has been waiting very patiently, and Eddie will get you on after. Keep slapping like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Like I said, feel free to call it. But anyways, my co-host, as normal, he is finally in the building. He's finished his career little mode, which I was actually watching. I watched the whole episode. I watched the whole episode, by the way, Jerry. Don't worry, I can tell you the scorelines if you wish.
No, it's cool.
You get me. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan. I'm supporting the homies.
I'm shocking, man.
I was giving you a piece when you conceded, but then Cavani bagged the hat trick, but it's all good against your point. But it's where it is. But anyways, listen, enough waffle from me. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has finally been sacked. We did a podcast on Thursday, and I asked you on the podcast basically we were talking about the managers, and to be honest, quite abruptly, you said, Usman, you know, basically we got love, we're like brothers. Just if you did watch the podcast, you thought it was a bit weird. Me and Jerry are like brothers, so he can't talk to me like this. But he basically said, "Shut the fuck up. I'm not talking about the manager because Ollie's still here, and I don't think he's gonna get sacked." And to which I replied saying, hypothetically, if he was to get sacked, and it's no longer hypothetical, it is official. Oh, Viking Red is in the billion threes of shite. Get out of his depth. Cool man, waiting patiently. My G Eddie just said the news about freaking time. Jerry, the floor is yours. What do you want to talk about, my brother?
Yeah, man. Like I said on the podcast, when you asked me that, I was thinking, what's the point talking about? So now that is even confirmed. Because that last bit of Fabrizio's tweet, once Joe Glazer approves, is sending. I don't feel right about that. Because what if he just says, you know what? Let's give him one more game. But all jokes aside, yeah.
It is official, right?
I'm literally waiting for the club statement because, like I said,
it's official, though, isn't it? Because everyone's tweeting. Samuel Lockett.
Yeah, but Joe Glazer.
Samuel Lockett is literally the closest to Man United.
True, but Fabrizio said once Joe Glazer approves, which
listen,
I don't like.
He tweeted out afterwards as well. I don't know if you've seen his recent tweet.
Yeah, I've seen it, but still, that sentence.
Right,
I don't
Jerry,
like.
don't come in with that energy.
No. I don't care, man. I need to see.
Listen. All right, you don't want to get clipped. That's fine.
No, it's not. No. It's not being clipped. It's not being clipped. I need to see the club statement. I want to see what they say. The
club statement's not going to happen tonight. It's going to happen tomorrow. But either way, because it's too late, and they want the interaction. You know, they're buzzing all that stuff. But listen, Jerry, he's been sacked. I'm telling you right now. Even is coming and saying he tweeted out again, Jerry. Listen, what are your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts? Are you surprised? Are you overjoyed? Are you upset? Like, how are you feeling?
Initial thoughts were, I think I said it even in my stream. Lose to Watford, that's the final straw. Because I know losing to City and losing to Liverpool are rivals. Yeah, but they're two of the best teams in the country. So not that it's expected, but
we didn't lose, Jerry, though, did we?
We got banged, but like I said,
got humiliated.
I know.
You can lose 1-0 and be a tight game. I'm not saying any loss is acceptable, but sometimes there's some that you think, okay, that could have went either way, or we were in the game. Bro, we didn't compete at all.
True. But like I said, there's still two top quality teams. Getting battered and dominated by Watford, to me, I said if that was to happen, there's no way in hell he survives. I don't care if we got Villarreal in a couple of days. There's no way he survives. And lo and behold, we play Watford and get slapped 4-1. And now he's been they say mutual. Look at this guy. I know. You've been waiting for this for a long time.
Team, I fucking love you.
But for me, initial reaction was it was like everyone else. Like finally, I know the emotion I'll say is relief. I was just relieved that the pain has stopped. Like put us out of our misery. They've done it, but then it quickly switched to, but what are they going to do next? Because I don't trust these lot. Like, why have they waited till Watford? They had a whole fucking 2 weeks to sack this guy, and they waited. Like, to me, that's alarm bells. That's red flags. I don't like it. Yes, Benji.
Go on, Benji. Thank you, my guy.
So for me, I'm a bit worried. Like, obviously he's gone, but then what do we do next? Like, what's the talk? I'm hearing Fletcher, which I'm not really feeling. What if he starts doing good and they give him the contract like they did Oli? Like, I'm scared, bro.
That does concern me massively.
Real talk.
Let's just say we get a result against Villarreal, new manager bounce bollocks.
Yeah.
And then we get a result against Chelsea.
Arsenal.
I mean, the Arsenal one, what it is. I mean, obviously, if he gets a result in all three, then these will be like, oh,
yeah,
we're on 12, innit?
Like, I'm not.
With Fletcher, who's Scottish.
What's the rumors? Like, I'm hearing, like, what's the talk? Is it Zidane? I need to know who we're getting before I can get fully excited, because they can just fuck it up once again. Ed Wood was still here. That's another failed manager, and he can make the same decision. So, as much as everyone's getting excited, I need to know who's coming in. I need to know before I can really give my full thoughts, because bringing a Fletcher.
Who would you want? If I was to say to you, Jerry, it's up to you, my brother. Who would you want right now? Who would you take?
Are we talking about dream or realistically?
Let's be realistic, Nick, because obviously in a dream world, I'd say, fuck you, I don't know, 10 hours, innit?
Realistically, it will have to be Zidane, innit? Like, he's the only one that's available right now but it does concern me that he doesn't speak English. I mean, his wife doesn't want to come. And then he wants to manage international football.
Yeah, Chris was saying that he wants the France job, which
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
is he really committed like that? I need someone that really wants to be here. I don't want someone to just come for like a year or two and then just bounce. So apart from Zidane, I don't know. Rodgers today, watching him against Chelsea, I'm thinking, nah, man, I don't want him near this club at all. It's hard, man. I really don't know. That's why I'm a bit skeptical to see who the board go for, because I don't know, man.
Okay, Viking Red said, realistically, I want Rodgers. Please, if you are still in the chat, which is quite a few of you, obviously slap like on the video if you haven't, but also get your thoughts in. Who do you want realistically? Of course.
Who do you want, Usman?
And I'm going to tell you now, but who do you guys want realistically? Get your thoughts in. Should we just chuck Eddie on as well? Because obviously you're normally my co-host anyways. And
yeah. Bring as much as you want, man. I'm here.
So we're just going to get Eddie on as well. So me and Jerry are just going to co-host it. Like we were doing a normal podcast, so we may as well just do that because we've got 20 minutes anyway. So let's get Eddie in the building. Obviously, if you don't know, myself and Eddie do the show for Flying Pig. Obviously, fantastic channel. It's the first time he's on my channel, but it's an absolute pleasure. He's a homie, always showing love and support. So make sure you show him love and support in the chat. Without further ado, we get the homie. Eddie
Wow.
in the building.
Wow, can you hear me?
Yes. Keep getting your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah.
I want to hear from you guys as well. Who is your realistic manager? It does seem like Fletcher is going to come in on an interim basis. But Eddie, over to you, my brother. First and foremost, your initial thoughts with the news. How are you feeling, my guy?
Bro, I wasn't even ready to come on. I was about to go out for a little smoke, man, because I was like, I'm coming on to Big Usman's channel. Let me like relax a little bit. But I was like, oh damn, Usman wants me on now, so just had to, settle down and get in here. But yeah, man, there's so many thoughts going on in my mind. And first of all, Jerry, good to meet you as well, man.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Watched on the 3 shows, man. You guys have the partnership, man. I think what Usman was saying, you guys got that brotherly chemistry, man. I'd like to see
it's love and hate, man. It's love and hate, man.
There's enough for love. Don't worry, man.
Sibling rivalry, yeah, man. It's healthy.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about like the potential to get some of these technical ballers playing. That second half, as Ole said, we came out a little bit more fantastic in the second half. Yeah, when we were seeing Sancho and Donny link up. I don't know. Did you see? I didn't see as much.
At least the first goal, at least.
Yeah, but okay.
I think Martial was good for 15 minutes, and then he kind of drifted out of the game, to be fair.
He kind of looked disinterested, man, for a lot of that second half. But okay, if you saw some good points, then yeah, him as well. For a technical manager to come in and then pick the ashes up from this fire that's been burning, man. The way we saw Donny was pretty much, how did he get, like, in my opinion, he was man of the match in that second half, man.
Yeah.
Just from getting the goal, those passing through the lines, those through balls, man.
Beautiful.
That should be a requisite of Man United play, and we've been starved for it. So it's like if you've had like beans on toast for ages, and then someone gives you like a little bit of a better meal than that. It's like we have beans and toast now, but it seems like lasagna, if you know what I mean. Like the way Donny's come in and just done a few couple passes and a little goal. Yeah, it makes it seem like it's amazing when that should be the requisite. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just want to see like if the Glazers actually wake up towards being proper football guys, or otherwise we all have to come and protest like everyone, like people from Nigeria, India, Bangladesh. We all have to come to Manchester to get these guys out, because I can't take another Ole, guys. Because you know what I mean. This is the first time I've not been worn my Manchester shirt on a like coming onto a podcast, because when I'm with Usman on Flying Pigs channel, I'm always wearing the uniform. Tonight I didn't want to wear it.
Man, strictly on that replicas, obviously, first and before people. Just to get that in quickly. Man's over like, you guys are preaching Glazers out, and you got shirts.
This was a present, mate. This was a present.
Oh yeah, you can have that. You can have, that's a good exception, man. You didn't buy it.
Oh, but listen, firstly, I kind of want to touch upon the fact that you kind of mentioned the technical players in the team in it. Like, so firstly, right, for me, I completely agree with what you said. Like, you saw Van der Beek, man. I can't emphasize And maybe it's because I've been feeding off scraps of my friend, and maybe the performance wasn't as good as I thought it was. But for me, it was an absolute masterclass in the midfield performance. I mean, he was absolutely phenomenal in terms of dictating the play. He gets a goal running from deep, which was something we haven't seen.
Sorry to cut you, we was actually playing 4-3-3, you know. Like,
bro, exactly. And as Eddie said, his passing, I mean, Ronaldo cost him 2 assists, really.
Bro, Ronaldo
2 assists as well.
man.
I mean, Ronaldo's obviously early on. He can't save him everything.
He was trying to get goals for himself. Ronaldo's just on his own
Ronaldo's
mission.
had enough of that meme, man. He thought, fuck this, I ain't saving this guy anymore. He did the marbles thing on him. He let man die, snaked and everything. If you haven't watched Squid Game, you want another reference. But listen, Jerry, what are your thoughts on that comment from Eddie in terms of we need someone to utilize the technical ballers? We know Fletcher's going to come in for the foreseeable, hopefully the very short future, of course. But who's the guy, man? Who's going to get players like Van de Beek ticking? Because it's quite obviously Pogba's out for a long time. We know that. So Van de Beek has to be a mainstay in the team, surely.
Yeah, that's the all important question for me. Like, what manager suits this pool of players? Like, we've got ballers that ain't been starved of playing time, but then if we get let's say Zidane, will Zidane be a fan of Van de Beek? I don't know. I really don't know.
Surely he's technical, man. Doesn't Zidane like ball? Is that technical?
Yeah, but
am I right in thinking Zidane rejected Van de Beek at Real Madrid? Am I right?
Man, I think he wanted him. I think he wanted him. No,
I don't think he did.
Oh, is it?
I'm sure he didn't. But
see what I mean? Like, we're all screaming, Donny. What if you just come to him? I don't thank you. Then what?
I know, but if Zidane does come in hypothetically, I don't think Zidane will. But if I'm living in my fantasy world, if Zidane does come in, he's going to get the best out of a lot of the players. Ronaldo, Pogba, and Varane automatically are going to be better players. Bruno Fernandes is going to start to have to play a more disciplined game. And players like Van de Beek.
Yeah, sorry, to play devil's advocate. I don't have to do it.
He loves it. He loves his devil's advocate.
Like, will he get the best out of players? Because at Real Madrid, let's not lie, he had peak players at the very top level. Us, it feels like we need another rebuild, and I don't know if Zidane's doing it.
Come on.
I don't.
We do, guys.
You speak on that first, and then I'll come on.
No, we do, man. Like, the defense for me, I will change the whole back four. For me, except for Varane, obviously, and Bailly. Apart from them two, the rest in the bin. Nah. I was watching Chelsea today, bro. The fullbacks, watching Trent today. I'm thinking, we've got Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Like, come on, man. We need to change.
It's hard to say because I reckon, because Jerry, you just said, okay, maybe you put Bailly in for like people like Maguire. I reckon, cool. Okay, that's a nice little tweak there.
Yeah,
Van de Beek, I reckon Zidane could with him. Surely, I mean, come
what
on,
about
Zidane
the fullbacks? Listen, fullbacks in football nowadays, they're so key.
Yeah, but he's got Delot there. Like, you might want to use Delot.
Well, so
I think we need new ones.
I'm not saying Delot's the answer. Don't quote me on that. what I'm saying is Zidane. You know, he played with, was it Carvalho and obviously Marcel on the other side. I mean, he plays with more attacking fullbacks. Of course, they're levels above what we got. I'm not denying that. But he can definitely improve Delot. He can potentially use Tellez as well.
Sorry, Osman.
There, but they're not being used.
Osman, I'm not trying to see Dalot again, man. I mean, one-on-one defender. As a one-on-one defender, when I saw him against Danjuma, I can't get over that game where he got cooked up, man. Got burnt up on the frying pan, man. Like, it was bad. How was Danjuma looking like Neymar? I've said it on Flying Pigs channel, man. That was a crazy game. I think Wan-Bissaka can be coached, you know, even though Jerry, I think he can be coached, man. He's still young-ish. Jerry, he's young-ish.
He's 21, isn't he?
Is it only 21? I thought he was older than that. So,
I feel like it's 21, 22.
Jerry, if he's told what zones to play in, though, surely that helps him a little bit, because I think he panics a little bit when he doesn't know where players are going to be, and then we see that kind of lack of control that he has, because he puts the work in, and he's a good tackler. But I'm sure, Jerry, come on.
No, but I don't think. I'd rather have the opposite. So you see how people get onto Trent. But his attacking is up here, like you saw today against Arsenal. You can compensate for him. With Wan-Bissaka, the opposite for me is like, even defensively, he's good at tackling and slide tackles, but
Yeah.
Positionally, but when he gets the ball, for me, I asked Usman, I've been saying it for years, bro.
Yeah, he's never rated.
I don't see anything. Man used to be a winger. I don't see an ounce of an attacking player in Wan-Bissaka. Like, for me, it's either Dalo or we need to get. I'm hearing Trippier and Jan. We need another right back for me. I don't see Wan-Bissaka.
I mean, I would bring Ethan Laird back, but obviously that's for a different. I just want to get this. There's a debate they're having in the chat, which is not really relevant. Well, it is relevant to the topic, but not what we're discussing at the moment. So I want to just bring it to that debate because they're talking about Rodgers, right? So we've got Viking Red. I don't know if he's still here, but Viking Red is basically saying he doesn't care. I think this is what he said. Please correct me if I'm wrong. He doesn't care that he's got any Liverpool contingent or, any Liverpool relations. Although some people are saying that do care, etc., etc.
I don't care either, man. Come on, he's a tactical coach, man. I mean, he's on bad form. That's why I wouldn't have Rodgers right now. He's on bad form. That's the thing, man. You never want to bring anyone that's on bad form in.
You need them hair firing.
Yeah, man. But Jerry is better than Ole, though. That keeps coming back to my mind.
No, he is. But for me,
he's not hard.
Yeah, but for me, we need someone that's going to come in and compete with the likes of Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel.
Can't we take stepping stones? Can't we take? Let's try this guy.
Do you have time for stepping stones? I don't.
I just want to see better football, and then we can step up to get the trophies, man.
I can't wait. Look at Tuchel, man. Just came in and look what he's doing.
That's true. That's true.
Top of the league. They're smashing it, bro.
Oh, bro, we're playing Tuchel next, man. Let's not talk about it. Their performance. To be honest, their performance today against Leicester, right? I watched the whole game, right? And honestly, that was one of the most impressive performances I've seen in a long time. Obviously, I've seen teams batter us, and I've not found it as impressive because I've not enjoyed it. But it was like a neutral, so I was a neutral watching the game. And honestly, in terms of the application of instructions, it was so clear that every player knew their role to an absolute T, and he's achieved that in 12 months has he been there?
No, he's been there since January, bro. We're in November.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still less than a year, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Basically, he's achieved that in a year. The change from where they were when Lampard obviously lost his job to where they are now is absolutely crazy. Of course, they won the Champions League. It's a knockout competition. Anything can happen, so to speak, in those competitions. But the way they've been in the league, man, they've been absolutely unreal. So for me personally, I haven't answered your question, Jerry said, who do I want? For me, the Rodgers thing does worry me somewhat because I just don't think he's levels. The same reason I didn't want Podge, and I've said this on numerous occasions. I'm not saying they're bad managers. I'm not saying they won't get us playing a good brand of football, get us top four, etc. But there's levels to this shit. It's like you got Ronaldo and you got Neymar. Obviously, I'm not saying they're on the same level but in terms of Ronaldo's one level, Neymar's still unbelievable. He's nowhere near Ronaldo.
I'll take Neymar. I still take Neymar.
No, I'm not saying that. But yeah, obviously. But I just think Poch is basically a Neymar, which is still very good, but he's not going to get us over the line, in my eyes. He could potentially do something in the Premier League because he has got experience, but Brendan Rodgers, for me, right, is an L, man. Like, we'll play good football. He'll probably get us well drilled at the start, but he will not be able to handle the pressure, man. There's no way. This guy, I've seen him bottle top four.
Oh, sorry, Osman, I have to do it again. Was devil's advocate, and I know I'm kind of contradicting myself. But maybe this could be his second chance. Obviously, he's managed Liverpool, and obviously it didn't really work out. But Tuchel at PSG, he obviously won the league and won. I mean, it's not hard to win the league, but Chelsea's a high pressure job, and he looks to be flourishing. So maybe Rodgers, with the experience of Liverpool, maybe he can come to United and he could do a thing. Who knows, man? Like Eddie says, it's better than Oli. Right now, beggars can't be choosers, isn't it? If we get Rodgers,
back in Reddit saying Rodgers is better now.
Yeah, man. He's experienced.
Look, just to add to your obviously devil's advocate, I'm not denying that he's not a good coach because I do believe that. Obviously, I think he's definitely improved massively from his time at Celtic. I think that benefited him a lot. Obviously, he's gone away. Look, he had a decent tenure at Liverpool. Not that we want to mention it, but then he went to Celtic. I can't really rate that too highly, but at the same time, I like what he did there. I like the way he plays football. There's a lot of pros. Again, we've done a very in-depth podcast myself, Jerry, and I can't remember who the guest was. But we did a very in-depth. I'm trying to remember. It was we did a very in-depth podcast discussing the pros and cons regarding Brendan Rodgers being the next Manchester United manager. But for me, I just don't know how you deal with the big egos, the rotation of the squad, and all the other things that you don't really look at, because that is really integral.
But he can do rotation though, surely, man. He's got experience with that kind of thing. That seems to be a fundamental of a technical manager.
Man. It's not easy, man. But like, what are your thoughts, Eddie? Like, obviously, it's quite clear.
Very quickly before Eddie goes, Tuchel. I mean, he kind of fell out with big egos at PSG, and he's come to Chelsea. And
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So that's why I just wanted to add anyway.
Yeah. So Usman, I was going to ask you as well, because like I would still think that playing good football is a big thing. Yeah. You can be a manager, even having a team where you've not even spent a lot of cash, and you play good enough football to beat a team that has cash, So we've seen Brendan take Leicester into trying to even get into Champions League. I don't even think they had the expectations of trying to get Champions League, even though we would say they've bottled it the last 2 seasons. I think because he's had that level of good football, they've kind of transcended their situation. So you say the thing where it's under interpretation that maybe he can't handle big egos, But doesn't this guy have experience of managing players? Liverpool, I reckon there was pressure there. He was in a title race, as we said.
I don't think that. I mean, they bottled it.
they bottled it, but you talk about Liverpool,
Well, Gerrard bottled it.
Gerrard bottled it.
Gerrard bottled it, but I just want to set you up to say it, because
Gerrard bottled it, but
one more time.
Gerrard bottled it. We saw that, man. But I just see transcendency. If you play good football, you can transcend a situation. You can go through that ceiling. Because Ole doesn't play good football, he was never going to achieve good things, in my opinion. I'm a football guy. I always look at the football, systematic play. I mean, like I said, I don't think Brendan should come in based on the form. He's just not on good form. So I think he might even bring some kind of, I don't know, some bad psychology in. But you see, this is kind of contradicting myself as well, because I'm saying, okay, he technically would be better than Ole, but that's all I see is that he's technically better there.
But this is what I'm saying. I just before we get into that, I just want to answer this, because obviously I'm assuming you're just joining the stream. Look, first and foremost, I'm going to make it very clear that this title is not clickbait. Fabrizio Romano's tweeted that Ole's basically getting sacked. Samuel Lockhurst has, and Simon Stone has, and obviously Tom McDermott did as well. So there's quite this. Oh my God, what is this? So there's quite a few people saying they want to get sacked. No way, Chris. Fuck me.
What?
Julian, I can't pronounce his second name.
Julian Lopetegui. He was a Spanish manager, right?
Sevilla.
Yeah, but he was shit. Was he not the guy like Villarreal?
That's not, bro. You remember?
Yeah, he beat us, but he was shit. Was he not the one linked to Spurs?
No, that's the Roma manager. What's his name?
I swear this guy's shit. Like,
that's not him. That's someone. You're talking about
Sevilla. Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you. I know he beat us. I remember him beating us. I know that much.
He won the Europa League, bro. He won
exactly. Look, this is my personal opinion, right? So obviously you both kind of give me the vibes you want Brendan Rodgers, which is fine. For different reasons, okay. So Manchester United, that's kind of what we're discussing now. Just to quickly update anyone that is just tuning in. From what we've read, obviously, I've been on the show, so I don't 100% know the update last minutes or so. But from what I'm aware of, Darren Fletcher is going to be the interim manager. I believe that is for Villarreal and Chelsea game. Hopefully, it's only them 2 games, and they're not taking the piss.
Osman, man, I was going to ask you before that as well. Imagine if he goes on an Ole run.
Yeah,
like he had in his interim.
Oh my God.
No, but to be fair, Ole's getting sacked. They should all be gone. Why
they should all be gone.
What do you mean interim, Carrick? Why?
Fletcher's the technical director, isn't he?
I know, not Fletcher, but Carrick and what's his name? Phelan and
they need to go. I'm sorry, get rid of all of them. With all due respect to all of them guys, I know they've done well for Man United in their careers and whatnot, but please just go. Respect.
Is there any point of a new manager coming in if those guys stay? Because that means the manager would have to come in and teach them guys as well as teach the players.
We're not having. Listen, they bring their own backroom staff. None of this bullshit fucking apprenticeship Carrick bollocks. One of my favorite players of recent years, but please just go. Like, he needs to go. But listen, this is something that I know Neji said on the show lately on Thursday, and I know my brother United Way has been saying it for a long time. He called it from way back that he wanted Blanc. For me personally, I want an interim manager until the end of the season, someone who's going to steady the ship just for the season and get top 4. I know people can say, well, that wasn't your aspiration for Oli. Well, for me, the season's done. We can't win the league because it's 11 points off Chelsea now. We're not going to win the league. I don't care what anyone says. We're not winning the fucking league now. It's too late. They waited too late. 11 points off Chelsea in November is a joke. We've got them next. So the beat us with 14 points off them. We're not bringing that back.
And what if we beat them, though?
If we beat them, then
Imagine.
That'll be singing a different tune this time next week. But
Fletcher will be at the wheel, man.
Oh, man.
It gets one to study the ship. Hopefully, gets top 4. Potentially do well in Champions League, win the FA Cup, whatever it may be. But we need to get Ten Hag next season. Ten Hag for me, and one of the guys that I follow is at Ajax. He's at Ajax Journal, right? So he's quite big in Ajax. He's quite big in Holland. I've been following him for a long time. I've collabed with him in the past, so I kind of know him to an extent. But anyways, he basically tweeted a link to a podcast with 3 top Dutch journalists who work at Ajax, and they all said Ten Hag, they are not expecting him to be here at the end of the season. They expected him to leave. And they all quoted Manchester United as one of the teams to be favourite in for Ten Hag. So for me, I would suffer in terms of let's just scrape and get to top 4, I don't give a shit, and get Ten Hag at the end of the season. Because for me, for the greater good of this club, if we got Ten Hag, granted, he hasn't got the pressure. Everything I said for Rodgers does apply for Ten Hag as well in terms of he hasn't dealt with egos, the pressure, etc. So please don't say I'm being a hypocrite. But from what I've seen of Ten Hag, I just think he's fucking levels above Brendan Rodgers. He looks like the next big deal. Of course, he might buckle under the pressure as well. There's no proof that he won't. But I'd rather take a punt on him or Brendan Rodgers. So Jerry, I'll come to you firstly. What do you reckon?
You said get top 4. Whoever gets top 4 as interim is staying. You do know that, right?
That's right.
Where's this gonna happen, man?
That's the Glazer interim.
Slap it in the left side where he was. Man United are back.
Oh man, I can't take that, man. I can't take Fletcher out the wheel, man. And then you'll be getting mocked the next season.
For us,
nah.
Not that I want us not to get top 4, but the best thing is us not to get top 4. So then they can actually go and make a right appointment. Because we get top 4, knowing these owners, they're gonna say he's doing a great job. Let's see how it goes. And we do the cycle all over again. So for me,
Edwin from deep, Ten Hag and Van der Sar, we can dream, boys. Just saying.
Right, man. I'm scared. Obviously,
De
Ollie's
Jong
gone
as well. He's available.
Yeah.
Ten Hag and De Jong. Yo, we're back.
And the big.
Yeah.
So do you think then, Osman, that the Glazers are going to bring in a manager and his team and then trust them to do things, or do they stick with their kind of yes man thing where they bring in one guy and they try and dilute him into just being that guy who will take recommendations for signings and just do what they're saying and not challenge them over footballing decisions? I'm worried, man. I'm worried that Fletcher goes on a run now. This is on my head now, man. Because if Ole can go on a run and we're seeing he can only do counter-attack, you can't organize team play, maybe Fletcher can do some, I don't know, some Braveheart passion stuff, get the boys running, go on a run.
Fabrizio just said Mike Phelan will also leave the club. That is good.
He will. That's good, man. And Carrick and McCann.
Obviously, he's live as well. So I'll wait for the quotes, but yeah, Mike Phelan will also leave the club.
Good, man. Good.
Mike Phelan, I wish you all the best. No hard feelings. But pack your bag and bounce.
Yeah.
And bounce.
Bounce, man.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we was literally just talking about that. That's funny. But yeah, man. He's gone as well. So that's good.
Yeah, so obviously, Eddie, just repeat that again. Sorry, I was just completely forgot. Someone's going to check.
Man, my head's fried still. Yeah, I was just saying about if the Glazers actually
you trust them, this sort of thing. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. I was just thinking if they're going to replace all of this team, because it just seems like paperwork for them, and they don't like paperwork. They don't like just actually getting rid of what they need to get rid of. I'm just thinking they still get rid of one man. They try and bring a manager in to try and teach the whole backroom staff and the players. They're going to try and rely on the manager to come and do everything, but still be a yes man. They need to go, don't they? I mean, Jerry was saying, what is it? Feeling, is it might be going or is confirmed
going? He will leave. I don't know about Carrick thing though.
They all. How can it just be him there? So
need to go, man.
They might just drop to the under 23s again. So I don't know.
Bro, how can Carrick stay there? Was Carrick not there under Van Gaal? Or am I tripping? Or Jose?
No, he was playing.
He was there under Jose.
Yeah,
and it was an absolute shambles. As in the coach, he was there, innit? Secondary coach, wherever his role is. I don't even know what he does. He was there under Jose, and then he's now there under Oli. I'm sorry, with all due respect, go and get your fucking stripes elsewhere. I love Carrick as a player, and I always respect him as a player. But this isn't a charity. This isn't a fucking apprenticeship. I've said it time and time again. We need to bring players in and coaches who are on job and not here to learn their trade. We're not Arsenal Football Club. We're not catering for Arteta and his fucking band, merry band. Let's fucking bring in people that know what they're doing, from the director of footballs to the people in the backroom staff, the physios, whatever it may be. We need to get people improving, man. And I'm not just saying getting someone who's got a CV like we did with Jose and Van Gaal. Of course, it works both ways, and don't get a dinosaur, someone who's past their best. But can we just get our thoughts on this? Because obviously, Chris again, aka the Football Agenda, loads coming out that Zidane is not in consideration. Sevilla manager getting linked. Top of La Liga. Okay.
What kind of football does Lopetegui even play? Is it like attacking or pragmatic?
He's going to play possession based, isn't it? Realistically speaking,
and I can't lie. That Sevilla team was good. I remember when we played them. I was thinking they're a serious team. I knew we will struggle against them. They're tricky, man. But for Man United, I'm not sure, man.
Jerry, we need possession ball though. I'm liking that possession thing, man.
Yeah,
we need to control games.
We've got the players for it. 100%.
Would you not take him? Because he's good, but it's a bit of the unknown in it. So I don't know.
I wouldn't take him full as interim. Yeah, happily I'll take him.
But no one's coming for interim, man. Like, come on.
Bro, listen.
Only interim is if we're getting carried.
I don't know anything about him. I don't know enough about him to sit here and say with chest that I will take him.
No, I'm not Google, fam. You better start Googling. Next stream.
Kojo. Where the fuck is Kojo? That guy knows everything.
I mean, guys, isn't there something that could be worked out where they say, okay, you've got this 6 months or whatever, half of this season. If you get Champions League, then you get a bonus contract or whatever. So try him as interim or whatever. It's Man United. It's Man United, though.
They didn't even wait to the end of the season. They gave him the job, fam.
Okay, if Lopetegui is good, then surely he gets it on merit and not just on legendary status that we've seen. That's run out, Chris, man.
You might as well come back on if you know a lot about him.
Come on, Chris.
You're more than welcome to come back on and give us a 4-1-1 if you know your stuff about him. I know of him because obviously we played him. I know he's done well in Spain, but I can't see him give up, like I said, a full in-depth. But one thing I will say, actually, I've just seen a comment in the chat and it's reminding me of something. How quickly does the new manager need to take that captaincy of Maguire?
Oh my! It should be gone now.
It
should be in the contract
on the manager's chair when he walks into that office. It should be there already. What Maguire? I cannot believe him today, man. Like, but we was actually. I thought he was gonna come back today. I can't lie. I had a bit of hope.
I thought so too.
He just messed it up.
He said Oli out, man. He said Oli out. He said, he quit as captain when you threw down the band as well. He quit. He's like, I'm quitting, man.
Embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing.
I mean, if the new manager doesn't come in, right, and just rip that off his arm, I don't give it. Pardon me. I don't care who gives it to, but just take it off him. I mean, who would you guys give it to, Jerry? Like, hypothetically speaking,
Ronaldo. No one can argue with Ronaldo getting the captaincy. Like, what can you say? You can't say anything. Oh, he just came. Man's been here for how long? He's been here before. Like, so you can't use that. He's been captain of his national team. He's the main guy, and he can handle pressure, man. It has to be Ronaldo for me. Has to be, man.
What do you reckon? Did you not think McTominay with his knee slams?
McTominay, please.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, it's good to add levity to it because, like, I'm worried, man. I'm worried about what's going to happen, man. I don't trust the Glazers or what manager's going to come in, yeah. But I would say if you could even do it, yeah, you can argue with me now. I say no captain. We're deleting that. The guys go out there. Yeah, the guys go out there, and you're going to play my system. If I'm the new manager, you guys go out there. You're going to play the system I'm talking about, and whoever's playing the best and leading. And I bet Ronaldo will take it on the pitch as he shows us with his good play on the pitch. Yeah, he did well today. He's what is he 36 now? Yeah, he looked like he had some good leg
today. He cost us the game.
No, but he got into good positions with.
He
should have scored.
He was trying though.
He
got an assist as well. He got an assist.
He got an assist.
Yeah, true. It was an unselfish header. I'm a bit surprised he knocked it down.
I thought he was gonna just head it in, but
I thought he was gonna go foul thinking, but Ronaldo knew that Ollie's getting sacked and Van de Beek had to get the last goal. I mean, I can't emphasize how poetic that is. That is something out of a film, but now just sort of just release you. I love it. I fucking love it. My guy Van de Beek, let's go.
Van de Beek, man. Van de Beek, man.
Just joining us in. What happened? Ollie's been sacked, my guy. We're just discussing who should take in. So if you are joining us, please keep getting comments in. Like I said, you're still free. You're still able to call in. If you go to Usman Talks United, which, pardon me, it says under my beautiful face. The link is there to call in on my Twitter, so you can still call in. Obviously, the guys will be staying with me unless they need to bounce, of course. We're just going to keep chatting for a bit. If you've got any questions, please get your questions in. You can't get intercepted. The ball is in orbit, Fred. Yeah. Just
why we talking about Fred, man? They don't even play.
I don't know. People got their own. Obviously, slap a like and all that good stuff. Subscribe. But yeah, Eddie, for me personally, I don't agree with what you just said. I'm not going to lie. If you said that you don't know who to give captain, as in, like, what did you say? Something like that. Don't give a captaincy or something.
They have to go out there, yeah, and whoever's the best guy, whoever's the best guy, yeah, go and earn it, man. Go and earn it, and then I'll pick after, man. I wouldn't jump to. Maguire has scarred me. Usman, Maguire has scarred me for captaincy material right now. It's got to be, we've got to wait, man. We've got to wait and see who's performing well. Yeah, I don't know if they can earn it in training, maybe. But yeah, maybe Ronaldo. If I had to pick, Ronaldo.
Yeah, I swear he's the only captain in that team, a national captain. Or was it? Who else?
Lindelof is a captain.
No, come on, Lindelof, Ronaldo. Lindelof, no comparison.
He gets absolutely fucking bodied every single week. But listen, we've got 2 shouts in the chat, and for me, I would personally give it to David De Gea.
I don't like goalkeeper captains.
The Ronaldo one, I hear it completely. It's either Ronaldo or De Gea for me. I know Bruno has been the captain when Maguire's not there, but it's either Ronaldo for the obvious reasons or De Gea, because I feel like everything De Gea said in the post-match press conference, I fucking love him.
Well, he's had enough
as well. I love him. I absolutely love the guy. And he said it today as well. He basically said what I've been tweeting alongside a lot of other Man United fans. Is fucking embarrassing without the swearing. He says it's absolutely embarrassing. We don't know what we're doing on the ball. We don't know what we're doing off the ball. There's no way the players should be playing like that. You can say what you want about the managers, but the players are being pathetic. And I know after here, I love you anyways. But the fact that you come out and said that with chest and emotion, man's punching the dugout the game before. I love it. I absolutely love the guy. But listen,
Usman, as well as saying that though, but I don't think he's even talked enough on the pitch, because I've seen. Like, even with that, that man in the Man City derby, where Shaw, he let the ball go across. I think De Gea could have talked to him. There's certain things that defenders are doing where the goalkeeper is not giving them a shout. I've seen that in quite a few.
Yeah, no, that's. So I mean, De Gea's not being.
It's Ronaldo, man. Let's stop this debate. It has to be him, man.
It's got to be the legend, man.
I know that.
I mean, as long as Maguire's not got it, to be honest with you.
To be honest, with Maguire, it can help him as well, man. I know people get off him.
Yeah, I think they need to take it off.
He needs to just focus on the football and just get back to what he was doing, because he's rattled, man. Like, I think he got sent off by purpose. Like, he was thinking, fuck this, I've had enough.
I don't think by purpose, though.
No, he wanted to get out of the pitch. He just wanted to hide, man. He just said,
listen, Joe, 1 second, because Chris back in. He has come back, thankfully. So obviously, Chris is the football agenda in the chat. Of course, he was giving us all the details about the links, etc. So hopefully, Chris can give us a 411 regarding the manager links. So, Chris, I'm just going to get you in. Obviously, give us your thoughts regarding the manager links. Obviously, seeing that you know more than us, because I'm not on Twitter. checking all the news up. But is there anything you've read? Any insight? Any thoughts? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm just reading everything as about to come, like, you know what I mean? But but yeah, it seems to be that way. Fabrizio Romano literally just distanced the Zidane things. He doesn't want to get straight back into work, so that seems like it's a no-go. Obviously, we said earlier he wants the job, the France job after the World Cup, so you're going to get him for like 15 months minimum because it looks like that's going to be available. So I don't think that's going to happen. And yeah, the Sevilla manager looks all randomly heavily linked. Laura Whittle, I think her name is, she works for Sky, and she's just saying that United's after Laurent Blanc as the interim till the end of the season, and then would like to bring him in the summer, which I think looks good.
Oh no, I didn't realize that was the case. Yeah, I don't look again. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about him to sit here and say, oh, he's not a good appointment, etc. Yada yada yada. As already elaborated on. But for me, if we're gonna wait until the summer, it has to be Ten Hag. Like Ten Hag is the obvious option. Like already mentioned, he's available. At the end in the summer, he's available for potentially discussing that. So for me, it would be very disappointing if we got another potential unknown manager, in the sense that we don't really know what to expect from them. Of course, you know, Sevilla doing well, as you kind of alluded to. You know, they're going to play a high possession-based football, but the Premier League's a different ballgame, and I just feel like Ten Hag's got more credibility, so to speak, in terms of the wider sort of picture. Eddie, what are your thoughts on obviously that?
You know what? I was just thinking, man. I don't know if we discussed. You know the interim that used to go in for Chelsea every time they've been sacking people, man. They really started the sacking. Goose Hidden. Where is he, man? We need like one of these experienced guys to come in half a year. Come and settle the ship, man. Come on, settle the ship that Ole settled, but then desettled again. Like we need someone like that just to come in.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know where Gus Hiddink is. I did mention that him on a previous show with someone else, but I just feel like he would be a sensible option. Not necessarily him, but someone of that ilk to come in knowing that they're an interim. Not them thinking, oh, man, if I do a good job, I've got a chance of taking the job full time. Because you know what our board's like. Our board will just reward anyone, like they've done with bloody half of Ollie's backroom staff and people like Maguire and whatnot. Apparently, Maguire wants a $300,000 contract, which is
Sorry, what?
But you've got they're in talks.
No way.
Talks for $300,000 contract. But Jerry, what are your thoughts regarding Sevilla manager? Do you think that would be the right choice, or how do you feel?
I mean, if we're talking levels, obviously Rodgers and him, I would prefer him because, like I said, that Sevilla team. I remember watching them thinking, how are we losing to them? Like they didn't even have that many good players. I think is it De Jong that played for them? Was it De Jong, the striker?
Who's this?
Sevilla.
Oh, okay, I'm sure.
So if he's linked, let's go for it, man. I mean, he's a top class manager. He's won stuff. The Rodgers thing. I heard someone put Gerrard. That's never happening. So
that's trolling. That's trolling, man. Come on.
That's definitely a troll, bro.
You know what? I don't even want the interim thing, man. Like, because I think the whole Oli thing is going to happen again. So for me, just get a permanent manager. I don't like the interim stuff. It worries me a lot. So if we're going to get Rodgers, just do it. Surely they have a plan. It can't be guessing yet again. Obviously, knowing the Blazers and the owners, they don't have a clue what they're doing next. But for me, just get a permanent manager and let's just make sure it's an 18-month deal. None of this 3-year stuff. Make sure very short, like Conte and how Tuchel got it, and then we can move from there. So right now, if it's Rodgers, I'm for it, man. Let's just get someone in because interim, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not for Rodgers.
Chris, we're just going to quickly get your thoughts. Obviously, I know you've spoken earlier about Ten Hag, but of course, we've come with a bit more information, obviously, from yourself. Someone's thought, is Luis Enrique available? Obviously, if you know me, you watch my shows, he's always been my number one since day one. Like, I love the guy, but I don't think he is available. I got a feeling he'll stay. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for him to leave when there's a World Cup in like 4 months' time.
Yeah, they just qualified as well.
Yeah, exactly. I just wouldn't make sense. Like, obviously, he's a Spanish manager, as Edwin has put in the
but
chat.
Surely Glazers have got that money, that Enrique money, to go, okay, here you go, his little bribe. Come in, man. We'll pay your retainer.
I don't think he'll leave.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work, isn't it? It's a lot of work that Luis Enrique's put in to get to a semi-final of Euros, to qualify for a World Cup. It's only midway through next season. For him to then sort of go, oh, no, don't worry about it, I'll leave it. I'm not seeing it, really.
It's like the Southgate rumours. I never believe it because I don't think Southgate will ever leave England of his own accord. There's no way.
No, he's signing another 2 years, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He
loves that.
Did I just hear Southgate?
No, but obviously there was rumours and people were getting scared. I was thinking he's never leaving England. It doesn't matter.
It's pretty much a carbon copy of Ole with them tactics for England, man. No, yeah. If we see that come in,
I'm waistcoat though, innit? Do you know what I mean? He's got that jacket now is decent in a box.
Let's give Southgate a bit of credit though, guys. Come on, man.
Oh, you rated him like that?
I'm not rating him, but he's brought us. Before I did it like England, like I didn't even care, bro. But nowadays, the Euros and the World Cup, I've enjoyed it, fam. So for me,
you like the football that England were playing?
Huh? Not the football, but listen, it's result.
You know what I mean?
In a tournament, it's a result.
Yeah, but I don't think football is relevant, to be honest, for international clubs.
Yeah, so imagine if he comes for a marathon of a Premier League, finished, man.
Yeah, I'm just at international level. I'm going to give him a bit of credit, man.
I mean, no,
fair enough.
Arsene Wenger. Make it happen.
Hey.
Someone give it to Wenger to let him do
why is Jerry's left the building?
Bro, why is that a disrespectful comment? The Wenger to end the season, bro. Can you imagine the Arsenal fans' faces?
You can't even say that with a straight face, bro.
Bro, that would be priceless, bro.
Arsene Wenger.
Listen, why you
I thought that was serious, man. You remember the champagne football that Wenger used to play?
Yeah,
They used to call him the professor, right? For a reason, man. Maybe he's recharged again. I don't know. He's getting old still, but I don't know. Maybe
he forgot how to manage, man. He's talking about World Cup every 2 years. He should focus on that.
Yeah, he's talking about that stuff. But hey, he might still have the football in the manual. Might have to, pull that back out and go, okay, Man United job. Let me try and teach them some champagne football.
Yeah, he's waffling.
Yeah, but at least for interim, like you're saying, mate.
Fabrizio tweeted again, guys. He said, should I read it out? Or you can continue.
What are you saying, Joey? Sorry.
He said Fletcher and Carrick are ready as interim solutions confirmed. They're waiting for the club's final decision. And now
why is Carrick
both of them?
No, but interim can mean like a lot of things. Like someone's got to take charge of the Villarreal game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to get. So yeah, they are going to be the interim for a certain amount of time, aren't they? You're not going to get someone in Monday to start work on Tuesday. It's not going to happen.
How Carrick jumped even ahead of
why is Carrick still there?
I don't understand that.
He's not going anywhere. He was there before, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know, but Carrick's not a. He just started, bro. At least McKenna's been the under 23s.
Why is Carrick still there? He's been there for Jose and he's been there for Oli, and whatever he's contributing to them 10 years is not working.
Oh, they'll keep him there to put the cones out.
Literally, he's Arteta.
Give them yellow bibs, give them orange bibs. Off you go, mate. Cheers. You've got serious stuff to do.
From as well, for fuck's sake. But yeah, like Chris, man, there was a question here that I want to ask you and obviously the rest of the panel. We'll start with yourself. How important is it? How important is attacking football with a new management? Is it a result business for you, in the sense of the new management, or is it important for you that we actually play good football as well?
It is essential, I think, for Man United to play good football. I haven't seen loads of Sevilla. Let's, for argument's sake, say he was to be the new manager. In the sort of 3-4 games that I've seen, it's very possession-based, but I wouldn't call it attacking. It's defending with the ball. Every time I see him, it's a little bit Louis van Gaal with a twist. It's not quite Pep from what I've seen, but then he doesn't have that team at Sevilla that can compete with Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, so you have to sort of weigh that in. I imagine Ronaldo would score loads of goals because when you've got the ball all the time and you're going to get touches in the box, he'll finish. That's probably what let Louis van Gaal down. He never really had a 9, hence all the 0-0s. So I think he'd be all right. I think Brendan Rodgers is a fast-paced hit over the top, similar to Ollie's style. I don't get it. I don't see it. He's better. I'm being a little bit facetious there. It's better, but it's not. He's not an elite football manager. He's just not.
We got a comment from some fake Fabrizio Romano, Tim Sherwood. You can go.
But yeah, I think attacking football is a must. I think Ollie knew that. That's where it all fell apart. That's where it started falling apart when he started trying to play. When he was camping in, countering with Rashford, he was fine, and then he had to adapt and evolve, and he didn't have the ability to do so.
Yeah, you know what? I still
Ollie, man. Like Ollie, you did this to yourself. That's what
he did. Yeah.
Why? Like Bro, he started so well. And then
Because I think that was the remit. You got to rebuild the squad. You got to get to a certain point, and by this season, you need to be playing free-flowing, attacking football, scoring lots of goals, and winning trophies. Which is a fair remit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and when he got to that third stage of right now, we actually need to play. It showed him a little bit.
It sounded like the three on the back. What happened? He's a fraud.
He played it for one game, bro, against Spurs. Played it for the game after we were getting our pants pulled down against City and then changed it.
Yeah.
Like within like fucking 25 minutes or whatever it was. But Eddie, just a question to you, obviously the same one. There's a comment about Simeone, which I will address, and Graham Potter, don't worry, I will address them shortly, but I just want to ask Eddie as well. How important is it for you to play attacking football? Obviously, Chris kind of alluded to manager playing possession-based football, which would suit quite a lot of the players, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts on the attacking football element? Do you think that's integral in the United, the so-called United way, or
definitely
think is United way? Do you reckon?
It's definitely integral. I'm just like trying to break it down now because there's a lot of thoughts going to my mind. I overthink a lot of things, but I remember as a child growing up during the Sir Alex era, right? I remember liking the football. Like, obviously I cared about winning, but like, you know, when you're a child, your attention span is lower, so you need there to be entertainment for you to actually focus on what's going on. I remember that the games used to be dynamic win play, all this entertaining play, and then I'd see wins as well. So I'm like, yeah, I want to subscribe to Man United. I don't want to keep supporting this team. So it's like, because I'm a football fan as well as a Man United fan, the spectacle of football has to be there. The attacking football has to be there, man. I mean, yeah, if we get another pragmatic manager and he comes in and then he wins stuff, I'm not going to argue with that. But my preference is that it should be attacking football. And we've tried pragmatic managers now. We've tried Van Gaal. We've tried, I mean, Ole is pragmatic, man. We tried Mourinho, pragmatic. Too much pragmatism there. I think Moyes, you could call him pragmatic as well. He's about counter-attacking football. What we need, possession-based football, which is going to attack now. We need someone that can do our tiki-taka or whatever it is that we need to do, dynamic wing play. All that. I think it's integral, man, to actually really take us back to the top, because I was saying earlier, if your football is good, you can transcend a lot of situations where there's certain drawbacks. Man, if you're playing good football, you can beat the better teams. We've seen Brighton beat the likes of Man City on one-offs, yeah, but if you got the Man United squad and you're balling out, you're getting Donny to link up with Sancho, and they're doing these 1-2s. They're doing all of these things, man. We're going to win things, man. So, yeah, attacking football is a must for me. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think it's a paramount that the next wage that comes in that isn't pragmatic, because Ali didn't start off pragmatic, but then he fell into that category. I'm assuming that's down to the pressure that got to him, because initially, when he was interim manager, a lot of people, including myself, had a lot of hope, because we were like, finally, we're getting someone who's actually playing without fear. And of course, when he got the role, that seemed to have disintegrated somewhat, because that's what the job does. It takes over you, because it's so much pressure. If you lose one game, all eyes are on Manchester United. If you lose 2 games, or if you lose one game and draw a game, it's like the world's closing in on you. And we know that as fans, like the way our fan base is, if one player like Martial, as an example, doesn't score in 2 games, people are calling him a flop. If Rashford doesn't score in 2 games, he's a flop. And Bruno doesn't score, he's a whatever. Like, that's just how it is at Manchester United. Just want to get some of people's comments in. Obviously, I've already put this on the screen, but I want to read it out. Rather have Ant and Deck taking over than Carrick and Fletcher. Big fight. Let's just get a couple of other thoughts. Just regarding everyone that's putting Zidane in the chat, just don't even waste your time, because he is not coming. I mean, it's quite clear that Zidane's not coming for many different reasons. But yeah, I just think it's a bit of a waste of conversation. As the United way says, please do slap a like and subscribe to the channel. Jerry, Simeone or Potter, another 2 people that have been mentioned. I mean, it's quite a contrast in the 2 names, but Simeone or Potter, either or, do you think either of them should be in contention at all? Or do you agree with Eddie in terms of like we need to focus on bringing someone in to play the United way, so to speak?
Potter, absolutely not. As much as he's good, I think Brighton is his level, or one of them mid-table teams. For us, we're trying to win Champions League and Premier League, so for me, Potter's a no-go. Simeone, I think he'll probably clash with the owners with his character. So, and he's very pragmatic. So for me, no. Just talking about the attacking aspect, for me, the defense, I think I said it before, the defense worries me. That back four, minus Varane and maybe Bailly, the rest of them, I don't see any hope. I don't. And Maguire, for me, his obvious weakness is too costly to this team, man. Like, he's too slow. Like, nah, man. Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, like, I don't want to keep going on about him, but for me, yeah, we need a new back four. For me, I know we spent millions.
Wow.
Now we do, man.
Maguire is so bad. He's so amateurishly bad. It's laughable. Like, it's fully laughable. Like, I'm not normally like that with players, but with Maguire, it's laughable. Like, when he got the ball, he tried to go around Tom Cleverley, which, bearing in mind, how old is he? Like, he won the league in 2013 with us, so I'm assuming he must be in his mid-30s now, yeah? Like, he just literally snatched the ball for him, gets brought down, brings him a red card. But Maguire looks like he's going to do that every time he gets the ball. Like, as soon as he gets sort of side on, like, I'm going to go around you. Honestly, it's like a wardrobe, a triple wardrobe. It's not even a good one. It's like IKEA, but no one's built it properly. He's got like 4 screws missing and it's rocking. Like, it's so bad to watch.
The back four, like, are you not happy with the back four? Like, let me read it out. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. There's no quality there.
No, Jerry, what you just said there in terms of are you happy with the back four? My answer to that would be no. However, my back four would not be that back four, basically. So,
what's your back four?
So I would, for start, as a centre back, both of them in playing. Bailly and Varane, for me, you have to start when they're both fit. Without a shadow of a doubt, they both would complement each other very well. Yes, Bailly's reckless. I understand that. Bailly's got mistakes in him, and I understand they both can't keep it at the moment. So by all means, they could be injured within one game of playing together. I understand that. But for me personally, I want to see them two playing in particular because we could play further up the pitch because they're both very quick. So we could play 10 yards up the pitch, squeeze opposition in, and obviously actually defend from the front. Because there's such a big gap between the midfield, the defence, and the attack, the strike, the front three or the front line, or whatever it is. There's just massive gaps, and that needs to be diminished. Like, if you watch Chelsea today, the gaps between each player are so tiny. Like, if you're trying to navigate through that Chelsea team, you have to really be on your job, and you've really got to pass to a top ability. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the ball basically. Because
City moved to them. City moved to them.
The gaps between Chelsea's team and there's like 5 yards or 10 yards at all times, and that is because of coaching and how well drilled they are. So we need to try and implement this. So them two in particular, Maguire and Lindelof, they need to take a long spell on the bench because they've had a plethora of opportunities. And like I said previously on my match reaction, we've conceded 15 goals in 4 fucking games.
It's ridiculous, 15, man.
15 goals. Manchester United have conceded 15 goals, and the defense, we've spent 200 million on it. That's including, that's not including the Hayes price tag. So that's not acceptable at all. So for me, the new manager, even if it's Fletcher, whoever it is for the interim role, whatever, they need to come in and swap a lot of these players onto the bench. I don't care who gets swapped out, but we can't keep playing the same 9 players that have conceded 15 goals in 5 games. Like, that's not acceptable. So, Wan-Bissaka for me today was absolutely fucking embarrassing. He was absolutely pathetic.
When did he not? I'm sorry.
Both ways. So I would actually take him out as well because he doesn't want. I know you guys are skeptical at Delo, and I completely agree. 1v1, he's getting violated week in, week out. However, Wan-Bissaka needs to sit on the bench because he's not good enough.
I say Wan-Bissaka definitely a squad player, man. But Maguire, I would say he's got to go. You know, I was going to ask you guys, what do you think what do you think the resale value is on Maguire? I think it's gone way below 80 million,
maybe 30 because he's English.
Yeah,
maybe
max.
That's embarrassing, man. That's a big loss.
Let me finish, Eddie. Don't worry.
Go on. Sorry, man. I just had to get that in.
And then left back for me, Luke Shaw's going to be on the bench as well because he's been dog shit as well. So I would swap all the back 4 out because none of them they haven't kept a clean sheet. Them 4 as a defense in 20 games. 1 against Spurs, that for me does not count because that Spurs team was so shit. Us 4 could have went and defended and we would have kept a clean sheet that game. So like that game does not count. Like we would have got a clean sheet that game. I don't think they made the saves. Like they didn't even have to do anything. So like for me, just swap them all out. I know people that are going to be skeptical about Delo and Tellez, etc. But it's not the point. Them back four, they need to be sat on the bench. Some of them leave them at fucking home. I mean, Maguire's suspended anyways for the next game. So, but there's no way Maguire plays against Villarreal for me because he doesn't warrant it. How can a player get a red card and then and play the way he's been playing? And then the fact that Maguire did fucking this a week ago against Albania gets sent off. Bro, come on. So to answer your question, Jerry, I don't have faith in that back four. I do agree with you. However, I do have faith with a proper manager who will instill a proper system in terms of the defense, midfield, etc., and actually have a clear structure of how we defend off the ball. They might even look half decent because they weren't always shit when Ole was there. Like there was moments that the defense looked all right, but yeah, some of them players need to go. But yeah, Chris, what are your thoughts just quickly on the back four? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Varane's good enough. Luke Shaw's been really poor this season, but he had a great season last season. I agree with you about the swapping out the players, whether they're better or worse, like it's kind of irrelevant. Like in any team, if you play 5, 6, somebody's played 7, 8 bad games in a row, like you get taken out of the team. Even if that's for a little while, the replacement comes in, does a good job or a bad job, 3, 4 games, and that person gets a rest, and maybe they come back in with a better understanding of their tactical position or what they should be doing, or whether they just needed the rest or whatever it may be. There's players like Fred, Scott McTominay, and Maguire, Luke Shaw this season as well, even though I say he was great last season, Wan-Bissaka, imagine that you play in and you play badly, you get 2 out of 10, you get 2 out of 10 next week, you get 2 out of 10 the week after, and the manager keeps on picking you. What sort of incentive is that? 1, what incentive is that to them to play well? And 2, what incentive is that to the backup, if you're Telles or if you're Bailly or Dallo, to play well in training, to try and work your way in the team? I've been 10 out of 10 in training every week. Like, I don't know, we don't know that yet. And this guy keeps on failing. So when am I going to get my chance to play? So it's just a massive knock-on effect. But in terms of the back four, Wan-Bissaka would be brilliant in any defensive low block team. But for a team that is competing for trophies, that wants to be on the front foot and attacking, he's next to useless. Maguire, similar really, because he's good in the air, he's good aerially. I know he hasn't been good this season. He's aggressive. And again, if those two went and lined up for Crystal Palace, they'd be really hard to break down. Really hard to break down. But when you're a team that wants to be on the front foot, on the halfway line, have possession, it becomes a problem. Maguire, because of the space in behind and the counter-attack, forget his mistakes for a minute. He just seems to have a problem at the moment. And Wan-Bissaka as well. I was watching Watford today. Sorry, I'm rambling now. I was watching Watford today, and every time Man United went right to the fullback, Watford pressed with 3.
Of course.
Like every time. It's a trigger. When Wan-Bissaka go. It's an absolute trigger, and you can't have that. You can't,
man. How could they be? They're in the hand when it goes to Wan-Bissaka. They're thinking, guys, when he gets the ball,
and the same in midfield when Fred plays, and Scott today, the same thing. They're triggers. They can't. They're not press resistant. They're not even. They haven't got it.
It's embarrassing, man.
It really seems like a mess of signings that has happened, yeah. Because
the Frankenstein team.
Yeah, exactly. Because it seems like Ole had proper control over signings with getting people in like Wan-Bissaka and Maguire and James, which suited low block, then counter attack. And then as we've got into the season where it's supposed to be like better football, getting the likes of Van der Beek and Sancho, and they're not even knowing how to coach them into a drilled system and trying to just the Frankenstein thing is a good analogy, trying to mishmash all these different mentalities of players. Some guys are good for low block, counter-attack. Some guys are good for possession ball. It's a mess, man. So that the new manager's got a big job on to get some chemistry going, man.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, whoever comes in is definitely going to be a big job. I just want to wrap it there because, to be honest, this is just a good end. It's just a good way to end. I think that's a good way to end. The new manager's got a lot to deal with. I have seen someone in the chat very briefly say, well, Fletcher, I think it was Edwin, Fletcher and Carrick can play a similar team to Ollie. I mean, they probably will play the same team. McTominay and Cole will probably start again. But listen, I don't care about it at the moment. All I care about is Ollie has finally been relieved of his duties. It's been a long last couple of weeks, but no longer. Ollie is no longer at the wheel. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone in the comments, everyone that's got involved. Please slap a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow everyone's socials down below. Of course, I didn't know who's going to call in, so we'll put their socials down below after I finish all this. So please do follow them. I know a lot of the people here do fantastic work on their own channels. Do stay tuned. We have got a show Monday at 9 o'clock where we'll be discussing all the weekend's news and, of course, hopefully giving you a bit more updates on what's happening at Manchester United. Of course, if there's any new revelations, I will be back tomorrow at some point during the day or in the afternoon with a video to give you all the updates. But apart from that, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Before we go, as always, first and foremost, Jerry, over to you, my guy. Just shout out your socials and whatnot. Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, Twitter handle right here. Yeah, I was actually gonna go live today, but I need to see the club statement first before I react because, like I said,
you got proper confirmation, didn't it?
Yeah, bro. Because when Fabrizio said once Joe Glazer approves, I didn't like that. So let me wait till I see on Man United's website before I give the full reaction. But yes, guys, on YouTube, United Team Talk, when the club statement comes, catch me live where I go in depth on look at the good times of Ole, the bad times, his top goals. I mean, he's still a legend. I mean, we're all in agreement he's still a legend, or
yeah,
no?
player legend. Yeah,
I thought Jerry was going to start crying then for a second.
It's a bit bittersweet because I really wanted it to work, but when we take certain men out of it, he was a shocking manager. But yeah, United Team Talk on YouTube and obviously Twitter handle right over here, and obviously Usman Talks United on the regular. But yeah, man, he's gone. Usman, that smile on your face, this guy.
Yeah, he is gone. He is gone. Look, of course, just to clarify, of course, I wanted him to be successful. There wasn't. I mean, I never want a Man United manager not to be successful. I think that's very apparent. You can literally go and look for receipts. I've never once said I want this guy to fail. Because at the end of the day, if he's doing well, that means Man United are doing well, which is the most important thing. But Eddie, just let the people know where they can find you, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on YouTube. I've got my channel that I do animation and then some commentary on. So it's Eddie's Football Waffle. Eddie's Football Waffle. That's Eddie with, as it's spelled there, EDDY.
It'll be in the description in case.
Yeah. So check that out. Check that out. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for having me on. It's good to meet Jerry and Chris. It's a good chat, man. And yeah, man, Fletcher's at the wheel.
Anyways, Chris, last but not least, let the people know where they can find you, my brother.
It's a Football Agenda YouTube channel. Come look it out. Come see what we do. Sad day, really. Like it feels like a happy day, like from Man United fans, because Ollie's been sad, but it's something we've been waiting for a while. But
I'm not, so
it's a sad day.
It's sad, man. It's sad.
Yeah, but do you know what? It had to happen, and now I'm just looking forward to seeing what sort of a messy Glazer decision we get next. To be fair, because we'll be like, bring Ollie back in a minute, I guarantee.
Wow, never.
Listen,
that would be funny.
Listen, I'm just gonna make it very clear. It's not a sad day for me. I'm absolutely overjoyed that Ollie has finally left the building. I wish him. I just want to make this very clear because I don't want people to think I'm not paying respect to him, because I want to wish him all the best. Like, respect to him for what he's done in terms of bringing the players in, getting rid of the likes of Fellaini, fucking Rojo, players like that. I mean, Dan James, although he bought him, still sold him as well. Just got rid of a lot of deadwood. Of course, there's still quite a bit of deadwood left. Some of which he brought in, but it is what it is. Overall, he kind of steadied the ship. We have now got a squad to compete. Hopefully the club sort of act appropriately and bring in a manager that can still somewhat bring some bit of success this season, because this squad, for me personally, is capable of winning major trophies. Hence what Ali's got started, because he's not even close to doing any of that. So listen, shout out to Ali for the stuff that he has done. But for me personally, bon voyage. I wish you all the best, my guy. Adios, ciao, whatever other flipping ways of saying goodbye. Have a safe trip back to wherever you need to go, and wherever your next job takes you. I wish you well, my guy. But apart from that, it's been your boy Usman. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts down below if you're watching this on repeat. Obviously, follow everyone's socials. Like I said, I will be putting them in the description as this show finishes. Follow me, Usman Talks United. We'll be back tomorrow with an update if there is one. If not, on Monday. If you are just tuning in, basically the news, as the title says, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. McKenna has not become a feeling has gone with him. It does seem like Carricky and Fletchery are taking over.